Raw took place in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe this is the same city that hosted last year's SmackDown show when The Rock came back and tried to take Cody Rhodes' spot at WrestleMania. So there's been some pretty big historical events in Birmingham, and you had a big return tonight. So there's definitely every time in Birmingham something big happens, it seems like. But we had Naomi starting to show off tonight as she is the new Women's World Champion. She rejected the "You deserve it" chants from the crowd. I wish every wrestler can reject them. I hate those chants. I really do. It wasn't long before she was interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and who, of course, everywhere she goes, she gets a big pop. She says Naomi is now on her list, and then Io Sky, the former Women's World Champion, decided to stun us all by coming out in this very tight jean outfit, which was just a blessing. Io, she blessed us all last night. I'll just say it like that. I think she's sending a message to the company by wearing that outfit. Don't you dare forget about me. Don't you dare. You know how good I look? Io Sky is just, she is a 10. She is just incredibly attractive. She's always been. But wow, last night. And I hope the company got that message because they can't forget about Io Sky. And I talk about how good looking she is, but she's also the best female wrestler in the world, probably. They can't forget about her. I just know this is going to be Naomi and Rhea because at Evolution I thought, all right, Naomi's winning the belt, and then she's going to feud with Rhea until she drops it to Rhea at Crown Jewel, which is in Australia. Last time they did a PLE in Australia, Rhea Ripley defeated Nia Jax in the main event, so she might beat Naomi in the main event to regain her Women's World title. It will be a huge moment in front of her home country. I don't know where Io goes from there, so I think she's sending us a message. Hey, don't you dare forget about me. I don't think anyone's going to forget what she was wearing last night. Anyway. There was a moment where Io was talking, and then Naomi says she can't understand what she's saying, and all right, I wish she wouldn't have said that. Then Adam Pearce came out, and he announced a triple threat match at SummerSlam. At that moment, how Evolution ended, I thought, all right, triple threat at SummerSlam. It's basically almost a rematch of WrestleMania with Naomi taking Bianca Belair's spot. So Naomi defends the Women's World Championship against both Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Triple threat match, SummerSlam. I don't think it'll be as good as the WrestleMania triple threat, and I also think it's going to be tough to top that triple threat at Evolution with Becky, Bayley, and Lyra. So we go backstage to Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are going to face Kasuga and Kairi Sane tonight, we found out, and Finn says he wants Dom to be in their corner. Kabuki Warriors are out next, Asuka and Kairi Sane. And then we had Raquel and Roxanne out as they face Asuka and Kairi. And this turned out to be a title match. I thought for a minute, I thought this was non-title, but this was a title match. So it's too bad because the fans were really into booing Dom more than they were into this match. And I mean, we got a lot of women's wrestling on Raw. It was fun. It was almost like, the Evolution was so positive, the reception, and it was just like, the previous Evolution, the first one. Both of them were very well received, so it feels like these, the women, they seem to be, looks like they have a lot of momentum, so they're just kind of riding out the wave with the women. I don't mind that, but the fans really hated Dom, so Dom kept interfering. He had the ref distracted, and he got involved during the match. He distracted Kairi Sane, and then Roxanne Perez ends up rolling up Kairi Sane. Raquel Rodriguez gives her a boost for extra leverage, and Roxanne ends up pinning Kairi, so Raquel and Roxanne retained their belts. I assume they're facing Alexa and Charlotte at SummerSlam. That makes the most sense. Backstage, Jackie Redmond, who's back. It feels like we haven't seen Jackie in a while. She was talking to Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. She immediately asked about Seth Rollins' MRI. Heyman basically no-sells it. And then he cut a promo on the Gauntlet match tonight and how Braun's going to win. Jackie Redmond then interviewed when we came back from commercial with, she interviews Lyra Valkyria backstage. And Lyra says she's sick about being asked about Bayley as she's facing Bayley in a 2 to 3 falls match tonight. The winner faces Becky Lynch for Women's World title at SummerSlam. And then, as she's cutting a promo on Bayley, Bayley confronts her, gets in her face. They go back and forth. I'm not sure where Bayley's going from here because she faced Lyra Valkyria in a 2 to 3 falls match. Bayley won the first fall quickly, then Lyra won the second. I think both of them won with roll-ups. Once they got to the third fall, the match was great. A lot of physicality it seemed, and they both went through a tough match on Evolution. So less than 24 hours, or actually about 24 hours later, they both went through another tough match. There was a brutal spot. I think there was almost like a sunset flip into the steps. It looked painful. Eventually, by the way, the fans in this match, all behind Bayley. Lyra definitely felt like the heel, and it had a really cool finish where I think Bayley's going for like a pin, or sorry, she's going for a submission hold, and Lyra, who is very strong, by the way, she's a lot stronger than Bayley and a lot stronger than Becky. She's one of the strongest female stars. She picks up Bayley and then she hits the Nightwing, and that was a cool transition. I just wasn't expecting her to win. She pins Bayley 1, 2, 3. I don't know where Bayley goes from here. I mean, I remember hearing that she talked about her contract is up in a year and a half after during WrestleMania week. I'm not sure where she's going because why would they have her lose to Lyra? I mean, it would make sense for Bayley to face Becky now, have them feud at SummerSlam, even if Bayley doesn't win, because Lyra, she's lost to Becky now, and we've already seen that match twice on PLE. So part 3 against Becky, I thought it would just make more sense for Lyra, for Bayley to win, but Lyra wins. So the result here, it really reminded me of this match in 2017 during the build-up to SummerSlam, 8 years ago, probably exactly to the day. So there was a match where Bayley was facing Sasha Banks, her good friend, on Raw, and the winner, as I said, this is 2017, the winner would face Alexa Bliss, and everyone thought Sasha was going to win because Sasha beat Alexa by countout at the previous, I think, the Great Balls of Fire PLE or pay-per-view. She actually won by countout, so everyone's thinking, right, Sasha is going to face Alexa at SummerSlam. Bayley won. She beat Sasha Banks. No one was expecting that because Bayley had already lost a couple times to Alexa Bliss. And then Bayley gets hurt, and she gives up her spot to Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks faced Alexa Bliss at that year's SummerSlam. But it almost was like, what the fuck? And this time Bayley's actually losing. Everyone thinks Bayley's going to challenge Becky Lynch at SummerSlam because Becky took her over at WrestleMania. I'm confused by it. But, I mean, Becky and Lyra have both had 2 very good matches. The Backlash match and then the Money in the Bank match were both really good. The SummerSlam match was going to be good. Just thought it would make more sense for Bayley and Becky. I'd rather see Becky and Bayley. I don't think they've ever had like a major PLE match against each other. I really want to see them have this great feud because of all the 4 horsewomen, they haven't really worked. They've worked together the least of all the 4. We've seen Becky work with Charlotte a million times. Bayley's worked with Charlotte a million times. Both Becky and Bayley have worked with Sasha Banks multiple times. We've never seen them really have a feud against each other. I would have liked to see it, but is what it is. Becky Lynch immediately came out, and she decided to wear red and yellow. She's like wearing red, like a red sports bra with a red. Or I don't even remember. I think she's like wearing, her ring gear was like red, and then like she was wearing like a yellow cape or something. I'm not sure exactly what it was, or like a yellow jacket. And she's wearing red and yellow because she talked about in her post-match promo she's sick of being called Becky Hogan online. So it's Becky being that troll she used to be as the man when she would make all those puns. So this is Becky trolling the fans because they call her Becky Hogan because she wins. So she decided, I'm going to wear red and yellow to look like Hulk Hogan's colors. It is what it is. But she confronted Lyra and stopped their match at SummerSlam. Backstage, Jackie Raman, who seemed like she's working a lot last night, she's interviewing Stephanie Vaquer, and Stephanie says she's going to win in Paris. Chelsea Green gets in her face. She says she should be representing WWE in Paris. Stephanie challenged her to a match, but Chelsea backs down as she hides behind a secret Hervis. Nikki Bella was out next. And then we went to a Karrion Kross video promo on Sami Zayn. We got Nikki Bella taking on Chelsea Green. I didn't like this match. I don't know why Nikki Bella has to be back. It's whatever. I really don't want to see Nikki Bella back. I'm not going to lie. The match wasn't any good. She won with the rack attack, kind of. But, I mean, I know she had that bad neck injury from the rack attack. So, because she did it so much, she stiffed up her spine or whatever. It was really bad. But this match wasn't any good. And it was messed up at the end. Nikki wins. Piper Niven and Alba Fire, they attack her after the match. They beat her down, and then Stephanie Vaquer makes a save for a woman who couldn't even say her name right. Remember when Nikki Bella came back, she called Stephanie Vaquer Stephanie Vaquer? Because it's clearly she doesn't even watch the show. I'm just laughing at that. Stephanie saved her. She hugs the woman who can't say her name, and was what it was. I didn't like it that much, but I wish Stephanie Vaquer wasn't used to like get Nikki Bella over. It's kind of like what they did with Alexa and Charlotte. Alexa Bliss has to get Charlotte Flair over. I guess Stephanie Vaquer is being used so the fans don't turn on Nikki Bella. I don't know, but Nikki was popular. I wish they would do something else with Stephanie, but I mean, if I don't want to see Naomi, Stephanie, I'd love to watch Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer just have an awesome match in Paris in front of that crazy hot crowd. That would be so awesome. But we're not getting that for sure. Naomi's winning. So backstage, New Day and Grayson Waller are bitching to Adam Pearce. I don't know what Grayson Waller's associated with the New Day now, and what's with Austin Theory. Is he gone? I don't know. Is he hurt? I don't even know what they're doing with him. Pearce then went to confront the Judgment Day. He set up a match with Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles at SummerSlam once Dom gets cleared, and AJ was like praying in the background. I just thought AJ was actually really entertaining here and funny. It sets up AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio for the IC title, most likely to be announced next week for SummerSlam. They showed Penta staring down Gunther backstage as Penta was in the Gauntlet match. Jackie Redmond, who, like I said, had a busy day. She's interviewing Rusev backstage after he defeated Sheamus last week. Sheamus confronts him and announces they're having a rematch. They preview some of the SummerSlam matches, and the graphics were awesome. It's like some of them are outside MetLife Stadium. Some of them like were in like a New York City back foreground. I don't know. They must have fired their last graphics guy because they always make everything so dark for SummerSlam. This was more like what I want SummerSlam to look like. The graphics were awesome. So Gunther is out next. He rips into Goldberg, and he mocks him after he retired him. Then he moves on talking to about the Gauntlet match. Braun Breaker interrupts him. Paul Heyman shakes Gunther's hand, but Paul says Braun is the next big thing. He called him the next big thing, everyone. He calls Braun Breaker the big dog. And he says this is his yard. Who does that remind you of? Gunther leaves the ring soon after that. We go to the main event, the Gauntlet match. First is Braun Breaker and Penta. Braun speared Penta into oblivion after Penta came off the ropes with the springboard. Braun caught him with the spear and pinned him. LA Knight, and this result baffled me. He's out next. Braun just beat him with a spear. I'm thinking LA just beat Seth, and I know LA Knight was going to lose to Seth Rollins at Saturday's main event. Seth Rollins was the one who called the audible after he blew his knee out, but it's not good for LA Knight. Braun Breaker just beats him. Then Jey Uso comes out, and this ends with Bronson Reed interfering, attacking Jey Uso, and allows Braun Breaker to win. So at least Jey was protected, but nothing for LA Knight. And then the final participant for Braun Breaker, CM Punk. Bronson Reed interferes again, but as Braun Breaker's trapped in the Anaconda Vice, that's when Bronson Reed interferes. But then Jey Uso comes out, makes the save, and CM Punk eventually defeats Braun Breaker by hitting a GTS. Braun was going for a spear. Punk kicked him. It was kind of like the Cody Roman finish from last year's WrestleMania. Punk blocks a spear with a kick, hits a go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk hits the SummerSlam to face Gunther. Bronson Reed jumps CM Punk after the match. Jey tries to fight him off, but Braun Breaker spears him. Bronson Reed sets up a double tsunami. He has Jey and Punk almost stacked up, ready for a double tsunami. But making his surprise return, the OTC1. Is that his new name? The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns comes out. Massive ovation. Birmingham loves Roman Reigns. They got a big surprise last night. Roman just cleans house, destroys everyone. He helps Jey to his feet, but he doesn't help Punk to his feet. Roman's just super over here. Hit multiple super punks onto Braun and Bronson. Superman punches. I think he hit a Samoan drop even to Bronson Reed. Great moment. Roman Reigns is back, and I assume it's Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. I would assume it would have been Roman, Jey, and maybe LA Knight against Braun, Bronson, and Seth Rollins before Seth got hurt. But I guess LA's the odd man out now because of Rollins' injury. But that's how Raw came out. Ended last night. Roman Reigns, the OTC1, the Tribal Chief, the original Tribal Chief 1. That's what, I don't know what his new name is, but Roman Reigns is back, and that's how Raw ended.